What's going on, Jets fans? A guy has one good game, out of position out of desperation, and now we have to go ahead and rewrite the whole plan of the franchise. That's what we do as sports fans. But hold on a second. AVT being the future franchise left tackle of the New York Jets. Does it sound crazy? Sure. However, I will remind you that most of you called me crazy when I suggested that he would even start one game at left tackle, and he did. And can he do it? He thinks he can. AVT today is saying that he could probably play any position on the offensive line if he got enough reps to do it. And he did it in a game. Now, am I going to rewrite the plan, switch him out of position because he played pretty well in one game? No. But Dwayne Brown, George Fant, their injury situations are murky. Let's say AVT has to play left tackle out of necessity until about the bye week. And he plays really well for a 6-game stretch. Not out of the question. And then I think the Jets are going to have to legitimately consider AVT being the franchise left tackle. Now, obviously his ceiling is higher at right guard than it is at tackle. Most likely. That was what people said about him coming out of the draft. And people who scout the game will tell you he doesn't have ideal length for the tackle position. But I don't care about the traits if he can do it. He's not a prospect anymore. He's a pro. It's like talking about Elijah Moore being too short. Whatever. He gets open, he catches the ball. So if AVT's getting it done, I'm not pulling out my measuring tape and saying his pinky doesn't stretch out a half an inch far enough for him to be a left tackle. I don't care about that. Not at all. And yes, as you mentioned, probably could be an elite guard. Maybe he could be a very good left tackle. The thing is, I think a very good left tackle is more valuable than even an elite guard. And who else thinks so? Well, people who write contracts in the NFL think so as well. Second highest paid guard in the league is Brandon Scherff, $16 million a year. That's about the same price as the 14th highest paid tackle in Teron Armstead. And ideally what would happen is AVT moves to right guard, back in his natural position, and the Jets go ahead and they get their franchise left tackle in the draft. Of course, that's ideal. But that's easier said than done. We're going on 8 years since the D'Brickashaw-Ferguson retired, and we haven't found that guy since. And speaking of D'Brickashaw-Ferguson, when D'Brickashaw-Ferguson's name comes up to me, I don't even remember immediately how excellent of a player he was. It's the durability and the consistency that makes D'Brickashaw-Ferguson a Jets legend, in my opinion. And AVT, 21 games into his young career, he's only missed a game because he got COVID. And he's consistent, he's versatile, he's a leader. You never hear him say a word. So if you could go ahead and solve that, the second most important position on your team besides quarterback, you have your quarterback, Zach Wilson, boom. You have your left tackle protecting his blind side, done. Both 23 years old, and you can move on. And then plug right guard somewhere else. May not even have to plug right guard somewhere else. Why? Nate Herbig is a starting quality guard in this league. Is he an all-pro? No. But he's young, he's durable, he's dependable, and he could be affordable. So then what could your offensive line look like, moving forward? AVT, left tackle, Lakin still in there at guard, Herbig in there at guard. Maybe you try and upgrade over McGovern, but he's fine. And then Max Mitchell. Are any of them all pros? Maybe not. But to me, an offensive line, I'd rather have 5 guys who are solid than 3 elite guys and 2 turnstiles. You're only as strong as your weakest link. And then you got a lot of young guys on there on their rookie contracts, so you can go ahead and add some depth. Mekhi Becton, let's be honest, anything we get from him is a bonus. That's how I see it shaking out. Because if we go ahead and we piecemeal, we band-aid this left tackle all year with guys like Dwayne Brown and George Fant, who may or may not stay healthy the whole year, and probably at least one, maybe both, won't be Jets next year. And then we're just kind of scrambling again to find that left tackle. And if we could just stick him in there now and forget about it, that'd be great. But we're going to need a much bigger sample size. And I would say he does it for 4 or 5 more games. If he needs to, I'm definitely considering it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll talk ball soon.